Decades of conflict and instability have created a new group in Iraqi society, war widows. Out of 1.5 million of them, just over half receive help from the government. But the budget allocated for aid has recently been slashed from $7,500 a month to $1,500. The lack of resources to help widows led the minister in charge of women's affairs to resign in protest 6 months into the job.
The Ministry of State for Women's Affairs does not have the human and financial resources, so my presence in this post means nothing. I cannot achieve anything in this post. Iraqi women are worth more than this. They are worth more than a mere Ministry of State. Iraqi women are in dire need of support and protection, so they need a proper ministry, not just a portfolio.
Mrs. Al-Samarai speaks of an army of widows in Iraq. Left alone and often neglected by society, an increasing number of women are the sole breadwinners for their families. But they're struggling to cope.
My 2 sons were kidnapped and I sold the house to pay for their ransom. I'm now living in my neighbor's house as I do not have shelter. I used to receive $40 as financial support, but they have cut it now. I'm here to ask for this money.
There's also another 1.5 million women who are unemployed, divorcees or illiterate. Many are left to beg for food, become prostitutes or even potential recruits for fighters. Samir Ahmed Jassim, the alleged recruiter of dozens of female suicide bombers, has been accused of targeting widows. But there are those who are speaking out. The Iraqi journalist who threw his shoes at President Bush last December shouted he was doing so on behalf of the war's widows and orphans. While the plight of Iraq's women may not top the government's agenda at present, many are beginning to argue that the government cannot afford to ignore these concerns anymore. Nazanin, Sadri, Al Jazeera.